Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be on how to make a digital breakout using Google Slides. Again, mine are all on high school math, so I'm going to start off by showing you some of the ones that I've already made. These are really popular in math class. While we are in person, I love to do walkarounds, meaning students start at any place usually that they want to, or they start at a particular number, and then that number leads them to another question by looking for the answer. So they end up walking around. I like to paste some of these outside so that then the students have to walk outside. My master teacher during student teaching, she told me that she would hide some of them so that then students physically have to get up and go look for them. Well, now that we're distance learning, that's a little bit obviously harder to do because we're not in a classroom. So this solved that problem of not being able to still do these activities. There's different ways to assigning them on Google Classroom if you wanted students to work collaboratively. Whoops, that's a big word. So if you wanted to do that, then I'm happy to do some sort of like Google Classroom tutorial later on, but this is not for that. So then how you assign it is really up to you. This is one of the first ones that I made. This one's a Disney breakout. Because this is for high school students, I didn't want the answers to be pinned on the same post. So see how all of these don't actually have any math going on. So I'm going to go ahead and go into present mode. Just to sort of, you can't see the whole thing, but all of these, they just go to the slides for the actual breakout. Oh, exit full screen. But all of these pictures are embedded to a different activity. So every one of these will take them to a different Google Slides with the actual question. That way they physically have to go into these slides and they cannot cheat and go out of order. They actually physically do have to go and do the math before and actually find all the questions. That noise was my cat who just totally trashed something over there, but we'll ignore it. So that's one of them. This one was really fun. The other one is this California road trip. This was a collaboration with a friend. So it's just road trip through California. Same thing. They're clicking on these to go from place to place. This is my all-time favorite. This is a Hogwarts grounds scavenger hunt. So students, their directions are here. I like my directions to all look similar so that way they know exactly what they are doing, since I do use these often. And then they start off with a map and they click around the map. The map takes them to different slides. This one's a blank one, so there's no math on it. And again, they have to search through the slides. So their option is to either click on here and go back to the map. This sends them back to the slide. Or they can go to another slide by clicking their arrows until they find their answer. And this is what it looks like after with math. But I like saving them both just in case I want to change it to something else. And maybe, I don't know, I don't end up teaching rational functions, so I want to do a quadratics one instead. So it makes it easy to just change the problems around. I like to save both. So here they are. It looks something like this. And I have others, but these are just to showcase some of them. Anyway, now getting to the good stuff. I like to use, even though I am a Mac user, as you can see, I was using Safari. I like to use Google Chrome anytime that I'm going to be using bitmojis because that's where the extension's at, the bitmoji extension. So I'm going to go to New and create a brand new Google slide. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control A to highlight everything and delete everything that's there. You can resize the slides if you wanted to, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave it at the size that it is. If you wanted a different size, you can go to File, Page Setup, and then you can play around with the size that works for you. You can even do like a letter size if you wanted 8.5 by 11. That way you can print the slides. If you were to go back to a physical classroom and you wanted to use it as an actual walk around, you can do that, but I don't have any intention of doing that. So we're going to create one for Neverland, Peter Pan. So I'm just going to call this Peter pan, not pain. Neverland scavenger hunt, scavenger template. On my first background, so I went through the internet and I found a bunch of backgrounds that I liked that have to do with this template. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the background. The first one, I want it to be something fun. So I'm going to go to browse. You can actually drag and drop, but I created a folder for this. Let me see if I can find it. Peter Pan. And I have a bunch right here that I've already found. I'm going to make this one my first one. Open. And that is my first background. This is where I'm going to put my directions and all of that. So I'm going to go back to Safari because I want my directions to look, like I said, similar to all the other ones that I've done. Because then that way there's some consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy that. But if you didn't want to do that, all you got to do is, oh, I went back and deleted it. So let's go back and copy. So control or right click and copy. It's not working. Control copy and paste. So it's just a text box. What I like to do with these text boxes so that they do show up, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to custom. So this is, again, the fill. I'm going to go to custom. Actually, first I'm going to make it white as far as I need. And then I'm going to change this on custom and make it transparent. You can make it as transparent as you want. See if somewhere there. See, so I can still appreciate the background, but I can really, really read what it is that's going on. So your goal is to follow Mrs. Krell's trip through Neverland. And then we'll decide where I started. So I'm gonna come back here later. I'm going to unlink all of this so I can show you how to do that after as well. So really the hardest part about doing these is the links and just creating those links and where you want them. But once you know that, the rest of it is just creating slides. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a new slide, delete it. I'm not sure how many I'm going to have, so I'm going to duplicate this slide. So I deleted everything, but I want them to be clean slides so it's easier to hit duplicate, right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. We're good right now. The second one for these types of activities, if I'm gonna use a map, that's what I want my second slide to be. I want my second slide to be the map. So I'm gonna go to choose image, browse, and I did already have a map here that I wanted to use, so I'm just gonna find it. Oh, I guess I didn't save it. Well, that's terrible. Oh, there it is. So here's a map of Neverland. Perfect. So now when we go here and check out, it says her tour started in, let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start at the Hangman's Tree. So hers started in the Hangman's Tree. So you will start there for your first math problem and your first clue. You'll record your answers and solutions on the, we'll figure out what we call that. Click here. This click here is going to go to an external link at the end. After you solve each problem, you'll return to the map of Neverland by clicking on the, we're gonna find a symbol. How about we find Tinkerbell? On the Tinkerbell symbol located at the bottom right corner of each slide. Using the clue from the location, you will search for your next destination, click on it, da 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 da. Good. And then we don't know what we're gonna call this. Okay, so now here where it says your adventure starts here. I don't like that. Let's do this. So this part here, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to this little link, insert link on there once it's highlighted. And I'm going to go to slides in this presentation, slide 2, because that's where my map is. So that means that when a student clicks here on here, they're going to go to slide 2, which will be the map. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for a Tinkerbell slide, a Tinkerbell. So let's go to insert image from the web, transparent Tinkerbell. Let's see if we can find one. It's kind of hard, right? Because Tinkerbell is copywritten, so I don't see one. So we can put a little fairy on there for now. Maybe I'll go back and change it if I buy some clip art or something like that, but I'll go ahead and I'll use this one. So what we want this Tinkerbell to do is to link back to this slide. So we want to link the picture when it's selected and select slide 2, apply. Now I'm going to copy this. I want it to be on the same spot on every one of them. See how it automatically links to slide 3? I don't want that. So we're going to go to link, close it. Oh, link, delete. Slides in this presentation, and we wanted to go to slide 2. That's the map. Once you linked this one to slide 2, when you copy it again and you paste it on every one of them, it's linked to slide 2. So I'm going to click it onto every one of them. How many locations do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then something for the end. Okay. So now I have my first link that will send them all back, and then I have to set my backgrounds. So the background order doesn't matter because then you're going to link your problems to go in whatever order you want them to. So change background again. And let's see. We have this one. Done. And the next one. Background. Choose. Browse. Mermaid Lagoon. Done. Background. Choose. Browse. Skull Island. Done. Hangman's Tree. So see, they're starting here even though it's slide 6. So it's really on purpose. You want to try to get it to be messy so that they don't just go in order, right? This is supposed to be a scavenger hunt. Unless you want them to go in order, then put them in order. But if you're wanting it to be like a scavenger hunt, then I suggest that you don't put your first slide to be that third slide. That way students don't think that they can just click forward. Again, unless that's what you want. If you want to give students that choice to just go in order, then that's perfectly okay. And one more. Oh, I think I wanted that to be the end. Yeah. It could also have been in the beginning. Just back to Wendy's room. Okay, so I have all the backgrounds that I want. Now I have to start linking them. I'm going to go back here. Again, at the end of this video, I will make this presentation available if you want to copy it. You can go right ahead. I will also link my, if you want to follow me on Pinterest or anything like that, I'll put all those links in the description box. But these kinds of things will always just be free. You can download my template at the end and then add your own. I'll just put the one without the math in it because I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to show you how to do the first one. That way, if you don't teach math, you teach something else, you still have a nice blank template that you can use after this. And then after that, you can make your own. So let's go back to here, because what I want to copy these. I just want these two things. They go. Oh, I didn't copy. Did I copy the wrong thing? Let's go back. I want this. Copy. And look back here. Paste. Why isn't it working? It's not good. Maybe if I do just this. Go back. Paste. No, I don't want the extension. Paste. Oh, great. That's not working. Okay. Let's try to find one then. Search the web. I think I created it. We can actually just create one. So using shape, yeah, we can just create one. So we'll go ahead and just make one. It's a little teardrop shape thing. Maybe that's too far. Close it up. Cool, it's just kind of funky looking. We're gonna make it bright red. And then I want a little tiny circle in the middle that's white. Perfect. Good enough. So I'm gonna create all of these. So one in the Indian camp, because those are all my places. Copy, paste, move on over to Hangman's Tree, copy, paste, move on over to Skull Rock, copy, paste, move on over to that one. I just paste up here and a little bit higher. And paste. Perfect. Now we have where we want to go. So now I got to look this third slide. That is definitely the Indian camp. So we're going to go here, click on that, link slide 3, apply. Then we're going to go to the center one, and we also want to link that to slide 3. So that way if they click anywhere around there, it's going to take them to slide 3. This next one is Mermaid Lagoon. So slide 4 is Mermaid Lagoon. So we're going to go here, the little link, slides in this presentation, slide 4, apply, and then we want to also link the center one. Slide 4, apply. The next one is Skull Island. So 5 is Skull Island, Skull Rock. And that was 5, slide 5, apply, slide 5, apply. The next one after that is Hangman's Tree, slide 6, apply, center, go, apply, slide 6, apply. The next one, this one's a little creek, so Crocodile Creek. Apply, that's 7. Slide 7, apply. And then the very last one then is Cannibal Cove. And that's slide 8, apply. And slide 8. Apply. Awesome. Now we have this whole thing already set up. So when you're in present mode, I'm going to try to go to present mode, but it's you're not going to be able to see the whole thing because of the way that I have this set up. But at least you see this. This is what students will see. So when you click on any of these, it's going to take you back there. And then you can't see the fairy, but the fairy's off to the side. And when you click on that, it takes you back here. Then you click on another one, it takes you on another one. You click back on the fairy, and then skull, and the fairy, and so on and so forth. So they can go all around, yeah, to get out of those. Now, how do I exit this without stopping my recording? There you go. That works. Whoop. Okay. I don't know what I did. So now that we're here, we want to start adding our bitmojis, right? So that's the whole point. It's just to make it fun and something that they'll recognize. So all of this is perfectly linked now, and it's up to you how you want to make them go around here. That, in essence, your the way that they go around the map is going to be the way that you can definitely grade them. So because then if they went the right way, if you have the answers in here, then you know that they did the whole activity correctly. So all of that comes next. I'm going to go ahead and in a sheet of paper, I'm going to write down that what I want is I want them to go from, obviously they're starting in Hangman's tree. That's what we told them. Hangman, I'm just writing it down. And then from there, I'm going to want them to go, I'm going to say mermaid. So from Hangman to mermaid, from mermaid to Indian camp. From Indian camp, I'm going to have them go to Skull Rock. From Skull Rock, I'm going to have them go to Crocodile Creek. And from that, I'm going to have them go to Cannibal Cove. And that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will have 6 problems on it, and then they will end at Wendy's. But Wendy's house won't have a problem. Or the other thing that you can also do, so this is just another tip, and I have done it both ways. So if you heard me say that right now, I said they can end at Wendy's, and then Wendy's won't have another problem. Or the other thing you can do is that you can have them end back at Hangman's tree, so then you know that if they did a full rotation, if they saw all 6 places, and they ended up back at Hangman's tree, then they did the rotation correctly. So that is another way for students to check their own work, and that works great. So a lot of the times what I do for these, I made Google Forms for them to submit, so then it was completely paperless. Or I also just had them write down the name of the places so that they can use scratch paper just to show their work. So they're working out the problems on paper, and then at the end they take a picture of that with their trajectory, so like wherever they went, and that's for them to show their work, and that was it. So these are in essence really easy to administer as an assessment, as just like a fun assessment. So let's go back to the bitmojis. I'm going to start here. Also, you can add titles. I'm not going to do that on these, or maybe I will before I actually share them with you guys on the description while I just do that tonight. But more than likely, I'm not going to do them during this video. So it's just text boxes. You put them in there. So bitmojis, I want something that's like saying hello. Hello. Hi. How about a wave? Wave. Yeah, let's do this one. I'll put this one here. Nice and big for the first one. And then obviously when you get the template, you can change these however you want. I don't have my cell phone on here right on me, do I? Oh, I do. So I'm going to change my outfit. So to change your Bitmoji's outfit, you have to do it from your phone app. So I'm going to go onto my Bitmoji app, and I'm going to change my outfit. I like changing my outfit for every one of these. So on this one, I want another waving one, but I want to be wearing something different. So let's see what's a good outfit for this. I would love something that's like Hawaiian looking, but I don't know if we have anything like that. And you know, my Bitmoji's kind of She's kind of chubby like me, so not everything just looks great. And I also don't want to be too risque. So maybe I'll just wear some shorts, and you can't see me doing this right now, but I am totally just changing her around. So something plain, but just so that it's something different. Let me see if they have any hats that I can wear, like a cool hat. Like an explorer hat, that would be cool. I'm laughing at myself. Oh, sure, why not? Definitely not an explorer hat, but I put on a big floppy hat. So now you'll be able to see my change. So now we'll say hello. Maybe I'll use this one here. So I'll put her here in the corner. And by her, I mean me. And then I'm going to give her some sort of thought bubble. So insert, call out. It's my favorite because it's nice and plain. Click on any destination to find your next math problem. Make this smaller. And obviously you can change any of that around. You can change the thought bubbles. You can change the fonts and things like that. So here's another one. And let's see, fun. Sing. I feel like I saw a whistling one. Sometimes I don't remember what they're called. But this one. See, because he's dancing over here, so we're gonna go over here. I'll put myself in the corner here though, because let's flip her around. So rotate, flip horizontally, because then I want the math problem to go somewhere here. There's a drum there. Maybe I can find a drumming one later. So there's that. This one, I want something in the water. This one would be fun. How about a boat? One on the boat's fun too. This one. And distance way back here. There you go. More water. A lot of these are in water. Oh, look, this one would... Ooh, I think I'm going to use this one. You can cover up that croc. I'm going to cover up the word swim by cropping it out. And let's make them nice and tiny. Over here. Somewhere there. And again, the bitmojis are just for fun. Oh, there's one that she's hanging from a vine. That would be perfect for this one here. Because there's the vines here. There we go. Something on the beach. I'm gonna put her here like this. There's that. Maybe I could rotate her. So again, just adding all the bitmojis to every scene. There's one that's, she's in the overboard. There we go. Whatever to make it fun. Okay, it's totally creepy. Let's take that one out. I was gonna put a, yeah, no, let's not do that one. Look. Well, I wonder if I can take that. I woke up like this out, and then I'm just laying down on a pillow. I like that. No, we're just waiting for Peter Pan to show up. Perfect. So now we have all of the slides that are linked and our bitmojis on everyone. And you can go ahead and add thought bubbles to every one of them. That's what I like to do. A lot of these just kind of show my personality. And now I'm going to show you how to add actual problems in here. So that'll be the next. I like using PowerPoint for that. And the reason for that is because it's a lot easier to type math. For me, at least, I haven't figured out a good way to type math directly onto slides in a way that looks like what students are used to seeing in their textbooks or in worksheets and things like that. So I want to make sure that that font and all of that is very consistent. So I do use PowerPoint for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up PowerPoint. Blank presentation. It doesn't matter because I don't end up saving these. I start off the same way where I select everything and delete. And then on PowerPoint, I go to Insert, which is right here. And then I'm going to insert an equation, which is off here to the side. So I keep having to shift equation. And then I'm going to type in whatever equation I want, right? So because I found out earlier that it's kind of nice to do it all in ones where you put the same answer in the same box. So I would have something like, I don't know, let's say we're solving quadratics. So then I would create my quadratic equation, x squared, x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. That's what I'm going to have as my first equation. I'm going to make it really large. I don't know, to be honest, if making it really large does make a better quality picture, but I like to do it anyway because it doesn't matter, I have all this space anyway. Okay, so this is what I mean. This is a new problem, but up here on the top somewhere, I'm still going to create a text box where I'm going to put the previous answer. So previous answer. Make whatever font you want this to be. I like either keeping it Arial or using Century Gothic. Those are my two favorite. And then another equation. So again, insert. Let's go back, insert. And then the equation symbol's right here. And if we're solving quadratics, then we would have x equals, and then, I don't know, let's say our previous answer was -5 and 3. Or something like that. That way, when I go and copy this to put it on my slide, it's all in one picture rather than having two. So I've done the ones where I have two, and it's nice because you can move them around, but I find it a lot faster to put them in one. So that's how I'm going to do it on these. So you still have both of them. So if you wanted to change that, if you didn't want the previous answer to be on the same page, you can right click on this and save it as picture, or you can right click on this and save it as picture, right? So you can save both of them by themselves, or you can also select all and hit Command Copy. That's going to save it as just one picture. So select all, right click copy, or Command Copy if you're using an Apple computer. We're going to go back here, and then I'm going to go to Control Paste. It automatically copied both of them, exactly how I had it formatted there. But notice how this is really hard to read. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before, where we're going to make this a little bit darker so that it's easier to read. So this is, right now, it's really hard to read, right? I can't expect students to be able to read that at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape, a rectangle, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to insert that shape. It's going to cover all of it. I'm going to hit the command. I want to hit send this back to the back. So the way that I do that on Mac is I hit the command key and then the down arrow. And it keeps sending it to the back. Or you can also go on format and the position. No, it's not position. It's, which one is it? Is it right click? I don't do it that way anymore. That's why. So I forgot to do it. I thought it was called position. Replace, format, order. There it is. So you can right click and then you can change the order. So you would send backward, send backward, send backward until your white square is behind. Okay. So now that your white square is behind your answer, see how it's obviously a lot easier to see, but we're losing all of that background. That's the whole point while we hunted for these like nice backgrounds. So we're going to go back into here, go to the fill setting, right? So just like how we did the other one. So that is here. And we're going to change, I think where am I? You want to make sure that you're highlighting the rectangle, right? And not your answer like I was before. See how this one doesn't have the fill button? This one has a fill button, the fill color. So we're going to go here. First, I want to get rid of the border. So I went to the border and I made it transparent. And then I'm going to go here and it's already white, or you can change it to white. It's gray. It doesn't really matter as long as it's some color. We're going to go to custom and I'm going to make this see-through. So now when I put this on here, you can see the background, you can see the problem, you can see the answer, but it's just so much nicer looking. So that's what I would do. I would come up with my roundabout and I would add an answer and my question to every one of these. Easy peasy, right? The last step to this would be to create the form. I am going to include in here one of the forms that I use, actually two of them, so you'll be able to copy either or. So I'll go ahead and I'll show them to you right now. And this is what I use for these, the types of forms that I use. So I'm gonna go back to my Google Drive. Now I just have to remember which ones they were. So let me see if I can find them somewhere on here. And is it this one? Yeah. I've just made so many of them and they're automatically linked. So it's sometimes really hard to remember which one's which. But I will find them and I will link them, but I would like to show them to you if I can. Is it a quadratics one? I think it is. So here's a good worksheet. So this type of worksheet, they type in their city and they show their work. And then they submit this. So this is a good one. But I have one that is a form, and that's my favorite one so far because it grades it. My question is where in the world I put it. So here's another one that they can save. Well, of course it's not going to work. So, okay, well, I can't find it, but that's okay. We'll end up looking for it later. but I will definitely put a link down below. So what it does, it's a form that I end up, so let's say this was a form, it's a document. It works the same way. So you would go to share, get your link, copy the link to share it, and then you would do the click here and link to that page. Whether it be a form, a Word doc, you can even link directly a Google Classroom assignment if you wanted to add in here, take a picture of your work or something like that. It's just those instructions are up to you, and then you would hit apply, and then it would just take them directly to there, so then they know how to submit their work. So these things are super, super easy to do. I'll leave this one linked there. That way you can copy it. Obviously, this is the California road trip one, so it doesn't necessarily go with this one. But it's something for you to play around with and work. I hope that this was helpful. There's going to be lots of links in the description. Feel free to follow any of them that you want. I did just create a Facebook page, and I created an Instagram and all that good stuff to just give all the freebies. I have so many things that I've made in the past, and I am just getting my feet wet right now with making videos and that kind of stuff. I hope that they are helpful and that you find them helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.